Home of the Miami Heat, American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. For the Miami Heat, they come into tonight's game after the loss to Orlando. Down low. Here's Richardson. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game.
Amazing how much James Johnson gets leaned on for what Miami wants to do offensively. Out of Wake Forest, a very versatile 6'8" forward, and plays a ton of positions for Eric Spoelstra.
Pass to Bagley. Just 5 to shoot. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Full 24-second shot clock. When it's out of bounds, the Pistons able to retain possession here. It just seems like James Johnson has some point forward in his game. What do you think, Brent?
I think that Eric Spoelstra has just championed that part of his game and trusts him to make the right decisions. And when your teammates have that kind of confidence in your playmaking ability, sometimes the opportunities for you to make the right pass, they grow. Wow, credit there. Somehow finds a way to knock that one in.
And the call will be against Marvin Bagley. That's his first foul. We're about 1 minute into the first.
Well, a little head scratcher there, guys. There's no reason to force the ball inside like that. I understand the thought process, but the pass just has to be better.
Here's Van Vliet to the middle. He's looking for Richardson and finds him. Yep, that one goes. Richardson's got his second bucket.
Well, Richardson came in shooting threes and thought that might be the only thing he could do. He's no one-trick pony.
Pass to Nogueira. And the dunk by Nogueira.
Textbook bounce pass there, perfectly timed.
Richardson, good. And Zoe Miller will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. 4-point game. Here's Mitchell. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
Pass to Bagley. Pistons passing it around. They get the rebound. 2 points. That one goes. Bagley's got his first 2 points of the night.
And how about the persistence on the backboard? Love how hard Bagley works on the offensive glass. Wants to outwork everybody.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, this Heat team is a collection of a hodgepodge of players. Just interesting combinations, guys who can switch all over the floor. But I think they're still trying to find out what their role is. Who's going to end up stepping up to be the scorer that they lean on. And they try to be greater than the sum of their parts under Eric Spoelstra. Some nights they are.
And there's the foul. It's on Lucas Nogueira. That is his first foul of the game. And Miami making a change here. To the paint. In the corner, it's Harris. Pass to Drummond. 5 on the clock. Over Nogueira. And that one's good. Drummond's got his first 2 points.
He doesn't do some of the damage that other big men do on the perimeter, but inside, Drummond's got just as much game as anybody.
So it's Miami now. Marvin Bagley missing his last shot.
And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Inside, and the dunk by Nogueira.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Collins, good.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Mitchell outside. And there's the call on John Collins. That is his first foul of the game. .129 left in the first quarter. Down low. Here's Green. And it's denied. And they'll keep possession. Nogueira with the bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Miami Heat. Pass to Collins. Here's Drummond to the inside. Galloway. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
The Heat shooting their first free throw of the night here. Free throw no good for Drummond.
Head coach Eric Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Collins in the post. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one at the line is good. And so Collins nails both of them. Pistons trail by 4. Stolen by Collins. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Miami no good on that time either. Detroit shooting their first free throws of the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Over in the corner, Meeks. Back to Lynn. Just 3 on the clock. Tries again. And so both teams trading buckets as we... And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, they're taking care of the ball. They're attacking on defense, and this has them out to a big lead after 1.
Bembry shot good. Bembry's got the first basket of the second quarter for Miami.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Outside, Lynn. Let's talk about team defense, Brent. To develop trust, it seems like guys have got to communicate on the floor.
I talk to my friends often who ask me about playing an NBA game and playing defense. They first start with saying that I didn't play any, but the second thing, the second thing we get to, Kevin, is talking about really how intricate good defenses can be. You talk about communication, that's one thing, but throughout the course of the season, you build so much sweat equity on defense and trust by knowing that somebody's going to be behind you, hearing that voice consistently. But positions on the floor where you almost develop play sets as a defensive team. Now, when you reach that level, that's the upper echelon. But that's when it really gets fun to be down on that end, to shut a team down, to keep a crowd quiet. Defense always begins with great communication.
So many things, rotations and playing angles and having the guy in back, you know what you can do well, what you can't do well if you're ahead of him.
Well, that, Kevin, and also great teams who are adaptable to make changes on the fly. All of a sudden, a dead ball, coach calls out a different coverage. You want to mess up the team's rhythm on the other end, and 5 guys, they snap to it and can carry out that defensive assignment in one play call. That's great defense. Pistons trail by 5. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. Well, the defense overcommits there. That's something you can't do against Green. He'll put you in the popcorn machine all night long. He hits the second from the line. And guys, veteran Danny Green moving north last summer as part of the Kawhi Leonard trade, now in a Toronto Raptors uniform.
Yeah, and not the big name in that deal, obviously, but an important piece. Green is shown to be a very capable 3-and-D guy, and it's the next chapter in what has been a solid career for him. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement. Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And for Len, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
And Miami making a change here. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Harris on the double team. There's Miller with the 3. Bagley. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And he's just an attacking player. A guy who doesn't mind a little contact. Bagley there with a strong finish.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
And with Lynn, he made a point upon returning from injury, saying he will not change how he plays.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys, they'll shy away from contact after experiencing a torn patella like Lynn did, but he knows that he is at his best going at defenders and absorbing that contact. He said he'll try and be more aware of how he lands, but has no plans of changing his game.
Back to Mitchell. They get it again. And the dunk by Capella.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
Well, you love the NBA, but some of these guys have the DNA. He also outworks everybody. Filthy combination.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
2 points. That one goes. Miller's got his first 2 points.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
The 3-pointer is right on target.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And for Detroit, a lot of changes, Greg, in their front office this past offseason.
A new GM and Dwayne Casey brought in to coach. Could see a drastic shift in style and approach for the Pistons moving forward.
Pistons trail by 4. And there's a whistle that goes on Jeremy Lin. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Encouraging sign there to see him knock down the free throw.
To the paint. It's stolen by Capella. Here's Ellington. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Kind of asking for trouble. I know you want to pressure Teodosic, but if you lose sight of somebody else, he doesn't.
In the corner, Harrell with it. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. So they take the lead. Teodosic has got the lead up to 2 now for the Pistons. .144 left to play here in the half. Pass to Richardson. And here's Collins. Kicks it out to Richardson. And he gets it to go from the corner. Richardson's got it all tied up now for the Heat.
A good sense right there of Richardson understanding space and that he could get there. Nice pull-up.
And it's Grant in the corner. Back to Teodosic. Clock at 6. Capella inside. Another shot. Miami grabs the miss.
Well, from our angle, that looked like that was going in. But defense, fantastic how they contested it.
And here we go. Pistons running again. Got that bucket in no time at all. Teodosic just got 6.
Running it down their throats. 3 straight baskets there in transition.
Pass to Harrell. In the corner, it's Harris.
If they play it right, we're talking a 2-for-1.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to really good clock management, and you want to maximize each of your possessions.
And really the transition defense starting to let them down.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Milos Teodosic, a superstar in Europe, Brent, but he paid a costly buyout with CSKA Moscow to come to the NBA last season.
I think it's just the idea of living out a dream of playing in the best league in the world. That's what the NBA is. Unfortunately for Milos, lost a lot of time last year to injury and never quite could stay healthy enough to show us the signs of why he's over here. And he's a great passer and pick and roll player, just not enough last season.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Drummond. Back to Van Vliet. Good ball movement here by Miami. Pass to Richardson. 5 to shoot. Miami needs to get a shot off. Stolen by Collins. For 3. Kicks it out to Richardson. Back right after this. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Detroit leading by 4. Inside. Bagley. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And how about the strength on display there? Even when you whack Bagley, he's outstanding at fighting through it. You know, when Marvin Bagley entered the league, there were some questions as to which position would he play. But the versatility he brings is special. He can guard a number of positions, score inside and out, and he is a tremendous rebounder.
And Detroit has possession. Following the 3 by Miami that went in. And that one drops. Nogueira's got 8.
Now, once again, he's getting it rolling. His confidence is building, makes that shot almost impossible to stop.
Now, here's Drummond. Makes it off the glass. Drummond's got his third bucket of the night. And one thing you can't question about Bagley, Greg, his intensity level.
As competitive as they come. He's ferocious around the rim. Oftentimes, he looks like he wants it more than anybody else on the floor.
To the middle. Here's Drummond. Oh, and the jam by Drummond.
You could see Drummond's eyes light up once he knew that finish was coming. He didn't waste the chance. Boy, did he get his money's worth on that one.
Here's Van Vliet. Drummond in the post. A second chance effort. And the layup is good. 10 points for him.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
And Green gets it to go.
Well, that is what he does, just deadly beyond the arc. Green is one of those guys you cannot afford to leave for a second.
Here's Van Vliet. Richardson gets a wide open look. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Now, here's Mitchell. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Bagley. Collins with the block. Here's Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
And there's the foul. It's on Lucas Nogueira. That's his third foul of the game. Drummond in the post. For the lead. He takes it up and lays it in. Drummond's got 10 points in just the second half. The league no longer wants to reward offensive players who throw themselves into defenders. Have you seen a big change in how those players, Brent, are being called?
I think the league's doing a better job of it, trying to examine when it is.
Seems that way, you're right.
Somebody gets up in the air and the offensive player leans in or kicks out and tries to draw some kind of contact. So it's been up to the referees. They've been diligent with it. I think they'll just get better with time. Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
For three, Richardson. And the Heat, another three.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. We've seen Josh Richardson really having a great game.
So far, he is just destroying their will. It feels like he can get any shot he wants once he crosses half court.
Here's Teodosic. 8 points for him. Here's Capella. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Lynn. No points in the game yet for him.
Well, this Heat organization has had such a great run of success under their owner, Mickey Arison, and what Pat Riley has done to pour the foundation of the culture around Miami. This is not a team that likes to throw away any chance to compete or any season for that matter.
And Lynn has really carved out out a nice role for himself in our league. An effective two-way player who can score, rebound, pass, and defend.
The Pistons have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight. 6 of 9 to be exact. So he gets them both. And the Heat call time here. .158 left to play in the third. To the wing right side. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's his first foul. .152 left in the third. Offensive rebound. Here's Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And not afraid to say it. If Drummond isn't the best rebounder in the NBA, he's got to be in the top 3. That goes for both ends of the floor. Just no way to hold him in check on the board. And immediately looking for the open man when the double team comes to him.
The Heat shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Both free throws good from Lynn. Lob pass to Capella. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Here's Drummond. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Lynn, that's a 2-pointer. Quick shot there, and it's off target. For Detroit, they have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11. He's off on the first. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. The Heat leading by 4. Back to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
And Lynn is a sensational playmaker. Love how he zips passes over to his guys.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Well, important to get great balance if you get bumped on your way to the basket. Still something that every player tries to get comfortable with.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And the Heat call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
.23 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Harrell. It's stolen by Bagley.
And really, this is where you want to just let the clock wind down.
Yep, unless you get a great look that's impossible to pass up, use the time wisely.
Here's Collins. Shoots. Good as the jump shot falls. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think
Andre Drummond has been on display for Miami. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. Right back after this break. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Van Vliet looking around. Nogueira with the steal. Here's Mitchell.
That just happened.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up. Yeah, great timing there. Bagley gets off the ground so quickly, gives the defense no chance to react.
Timeout called, the Heat.
And sometimes you just want a reminder of what our objectives are tonight.
Yeah, get everyone on the same page and point it in the right direction.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address the team. He wants to change it up defensively and get more people packed into the paint. He said they're beating us up down low. We have to put a stop to it. Let's see if they respond, Kevin.
Drummond with it. Drummond is doubled. Oh, that's blocked.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters. Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And the technical free throw is good. And Danny Green, a terrific shooter who also, Greg, happens to give you great production on defense.
Yeah, and I have to say, Green's probably alone in history with his shooting and defense. Only player to ever have 6 or more seasons with at least 50 blocks and 73s. You know, it might be arbitrary checkpoints, but nevertheless, it illustrates just what Green brings to the table. A consistent 3 and D player.
To the paint, and Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Richardson. And he makes good on the layup. Richardson's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count. And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Richardson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Not slowing Richardson down right now. Even when you rough him up, he's still finding ways to use his quickness and score the basketball.
And the Heat call time here. And Miami making a change here. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Down low. Here's Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
A fundamental footwork and boxing out there that allowed him to rip that ball right off the rim.
And he lays in the alley-oop. Now it's a 6-point Piston lead.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. A nice shot by Lynn.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment. That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots. They dodged a bullet there.
And Lynn comes to help. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Not sure, maybe the pressure of the moment got to him there. A really careless error that might ultimately cost the team.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. The Heat trailed by 3.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
No good on the free throw.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half. Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
And stolen by Richardson to take the lead. And it's sent back by Mitchell. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Pass to Richardson. Good ball movement here by the Heat. It's stolen by Capella. Here's Mitchell. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And here's Richardson. It's stolen by Capella. Fast break Detroit. Here's Miller. And he banks in the layup. Miller's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And as much offense as we saw earlier, I mean, we're seeing even more of it here now late in the game.
What is this, February? Feels like an all-star game is broken out. Neither side willing or able to stop the other.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Miami. Inside. Kicks it out to Richardson. Miami no good on that time either.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. 1:50 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Bagley. And stolen by Drummond. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat.
Richardson playing with boundless energy, great at going into the physical defense and drawing the foul.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. And the second of 2 is good. That shrinks the margin to just 4.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a 1-possession game.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Elbow shot. Bagley with the bucket. Bagley's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, the rhythm, the timing, an encouraging sign seeing Bagley knock it down there off the catch.
Inside. Here's Drummond. Richardson for 3. Hands it from downtown. Richardson's got 15 points in just the second half. And finished off by Bagley.
Stepping up, Bagley lives to compete. He wants the ball when the game is on the line.
Pass to Drummond. In the corner, it's Richardson. It's stolen by Bagley. And that's an intentional foul. .52 seconds left in the fourth. That's tipped. And stolen by Richardson. Yes!
And Richardson under complete control right there. Doesn't matter if it's first shot or last shot, he's a gamer.
The drive by Green. And stolen by Drummond.
And it's still within reach.
But only if they make every possession count from this point forward, and I mean every possession.
Well, that is NBA level right there.
No doubt, professional move all the way, puts the team on his back when it matters most.
Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a three-point game.
Well, important there to have the three-point lead because only a three can tie it up now.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're behind by 3. We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. The Heat making a switch here. In the corner, it's Harris. .20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Drummond. Money!
Oh, how about the up fake there, Kev? Worked like a charm and gave him a clear lane to the basket.
GA, that is one of the prettiest moves out there if you can pull it off, and he did.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
So he gets them both, and it's a three-point game. Now a timeout called by Miami.
40.
They're behind by 3. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Well, it really depends on what's available, so we'll see how the defense lines up here.
The Heat making a switch here. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. In the corner, it's Galloway. Back to Williams. This would tie it. He got it!
Man!
Wow. He got it!
This is what you got to do.
Guys, that's one for the highlight reel.
And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. And it's the Pistons to start out. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball.
Sloppy is the only way you can describe his play thus far. Just way too many turnovers.
Down low. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
And, boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Pass to Harris. The three-pointer, no good.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
And he knocks down the first one. He's off on the second. Here's Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
And I tell you what, when Bagley plays with energy, it is difficult trying to stop him. Awesome at just staying on the attack.
Collins wide open. He fires. Buries the long-range jumper. The Pistons leading. Here's Mitchell. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. The second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
Harris outside. Heat moving the ball around. Galloway. And again, Miami with the triple.
Well, the defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. To the right side. Now Drummond. Back to Lynn. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Galloway. And the Heat, another 3. Big time bucket there.
And guys, you don't have to tell these fans how important that shot was.
Here's Miller. And stolen by Drummond. They're running. To the left side wing. Here's Collins. Drummond, 6 on the shot clock to take the lead. Sinks it.
This is where you want the shots to come from, deep inside the paint and high percentage opportunities.
And again, Detroit turns it over.
Yeah, unfortunately, just poor execution there. You cannot give the ball away at this point in the game.
Rebounded by Capella.
You got to make that. The defense was far from terrible, but man, that's an easy shot.
It's the first that narrows the gap to 1. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, crucial moment there at the free throw line, and he never flinched.
And so Lynn will bring it up for the Miami Heat. Pass to Galloway. Now here is Harris. His 3-pointers off the mark. So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time for your stars to shine.
And here are the Heat now. To the inside. Here's Drummond. To the middle. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Lynn. Oh, no good. So Dwayne Casey decides to call a timeout. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. Stolen by Collins. And so we are tied And as we play into another overtime, the tension continues to build. Both teams refusing to quit.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
And here are the Heat now. Now, here is Weber. Over in the corner, Meeks. Here's Collins. Over in the corner, Meeks. Pass to Bembry. Now Drummond. Stolen by Mitchell. To the middle. Here's Capella. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Capella's got 19 points.
Pretty ferocious and sheer determination shown on that one. Easy to see why he gets those easy scoring opportunities.
And Drummond throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Weber with it. Now Green defending. Here's Drummond. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
I don't know if any big man has the combination of strength, speed, and hops that Drummond has, not to mention his length, an unreal physical specimen.
Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Here's Van Vliet. In the corner, it's Galloway. Pass to Collins. Just 5 to shoot. Van Vliet with the bucket.
You know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to deal.
The drive by Mitchell. Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
To the paint. It's stolen by Capella. And Green slams it in.
And no problem having Green take big shots in big games. He's been tested.
Here's Van Vliet. Harris outside. Pass to Collins. To the right side. 6 to shoot. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that brings them within 2 here. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
I like the physicality there on the glass on full display. Great at hitting the boards and then capitalizing off the second chance opportunity.
And now we've got the intentional foul. It's Miller on the wing. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there. Now a timeout called by Miami. They're down by 6. 35 seconds left to play in the second overtime of quite a heated game. Guys, your thoughts?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
They'd love to get it into the hands of their best scorer, but you also need a backup plan. Plan B has to be covered.
Collins with it. Pass to Van Vliet. Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. And so Green will bring it up for the Pistons. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
And with time becoming a factor, that may do it, guys.
Well, leads are not given. They are earned, playing with desire and attention to detail all night.
Now a timeout called by Miami. They're trailing by 5. 23 seconds left in the second overtime period, and here we are. What do you think, guys?
Well, I mean, if they can score, then they're going to have to foul immediately.
Well, I'm sure that's part of the discussion, not whether to foul, but maybe who.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
For 3, Harris. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy. Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboard.
Rooting out guys for his position and then outworking them. So you add fundamentals with the effort. Leader by example.
And so it's Detroit with the W. A double overtime game can really take its toll on the players. And after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
No doubt. I mean, when you have to dig that deep and play with that much determination to get a win, it was earned. And I tell you what, they've got to feel really good about themselves